Women store DNA from every man they've ever slept with.
Store DNA from every man they've ever made love with, study finds. This is out of the University of Washington in collaboration with the Cancer Institute. Scientists discovered that women harvest DNA from the partners that they have unprotected sex with over the years.
So this is something that we've known for a long time. I remember when I was in university, my gosh, that's about 20 years ago. And I was told that every woman that a man has a relationship with, she retains his DNA and that it would actually borrow into her brain. This is not something that's brand new. This is not something that's just magically appeared. This is something that I heard about 20 years ago. And if I heard about it 20 years ago, it likely means that studies were being done even prior to that period of time to determine that this was actually occurring. Watch the end of the video to fully understand the implications of how women storing DNA from every single man that she's ever been with affects women and their ability to not only pair bond, but their behavior in society. Today's video actually comes from the MVN Kind channel. Their channel will be linked in the description so you can go and check them out. And now let's just go ahead and jump right back into the video.
On the table, the title of the video is a little misleading because this actually hasn't been proven yet, contrary to what the title of the article says. But they have speculated about it, the very scientists who did the study. So I'm going to fact check this guy throughout this clip because clearly he has no problem trying to misinform people. But look, even when I looked on Reuters to fact check everything, even they couldn't disprove, even they said that it just hasn't been proven yet. They're not outright saying that it's not true. Like even Reuters says both the 2012 study in the article and another study from 2005 by one of the same authors speculated about the possibility, yet to be explored, that male DNA found in a woman's bloodstream, aka microchimerism, could partly be due to intercourse, among other already known sources. And one of the main sources they think is the cause is due to previous male pregnancies, male fetuses. Several studies have identified male DNA in the brains of both humans and mice who have previously been pregnant with male fetus. But here's the thing. Male microchimerism was not infrequent in women without sons. So if they haven't had previous male pregnancies, what could it be from? So they go on to list a bunch of causes here, including sexual intercourse. And as far as I could find, none of these sources have been definitively proven yet. So if none of it's been proven, then all of it is possible. You have to think there's some validity to it when the scientists who are doing the study are speculating about it. So look, at the moment, take all of this with a grain of salt, but there is more information to lend a bit more weight to the whole idea. Check it out.
There's even another study. We're visiting Telegony. I don't know if you ever heard of this one, that offsprings can inherit unacquired characteristics from mothers' previous mates.
Damn, that's very upsetting.
You heard that right. So you can have intercourse with a woman from which an offspring is created, and that offspring can have DNA and traits that was acquired from a previous partner that the woman had.
Oh, this is not good.
So obviously this is the scariest part here, but it's also the most misleading, man. The guy clearly wants to insinuate that this study was done on humans, but it's actually a study done on flies. But look, that doesn't invalidate the information. We were just talking about studies done on mice and humans that show that they found male DNA in women's brains. So, you know, this information is important. It shows us that...
Here's the thing. Ultimately, there are studies that have been done, and these studies have been done on animals, and these studies show that the DNA from different males remains in the bodies of the females and actually borrows itself into their brains and affects and directly affects their immune system. So, for example, women who've been with a lot of men, they tend to have more autoimmune disorders. This is a point that a doctor actually made. I believe it was a doctor with a PhD. I had done a video about this some time ago, and he talked about the effects of this phenomenon. Again, I heard about this 20 years ago. And the only way that we as men are going to be able to survive is to walk away from this, to walk away from relationships with people who have chosen to go down this path and live this type of lifestyle, because they will never be able to pair bond ever again. You know, a lot of modern women, they'll keep an app on their phone or a notepad or whatever, and they will jot down all the things that they like about the men that they were with before. And when I say like about, I mean like about that man in terms of physical intimacy. So they will take notes about how he performed in the bedroom, physical attributes that he had, all of these things, and then they will compare. They will have like a list of just dozens and dozens of guys, and they will compare every man. They will compare every man to the previous man, and the reason why they do this is so they can always go back to any of these men when they want to have a good time. That's how women operate. I did a video recently where it was revealed that 50% of women, married women, admitted to having a backup man. So a man on the side, a backup man, once they got married. The truth of the matter is that these women are all cheating. They are all cheating. They're all sleeping with these guys. It's not just one man, it's multiple different men. Because once they have a man, they now have a foundation. And as men, a lot of men don't want to learn their lessons. They don't understand this woman never loved you. All right. I'm not saying a woman cannot love you, but most, especially in Western society, she never loved you. All right. If you had to do all of these things, if you had to be this tall and make this amount of money and all of this stuff just for her to love you, that's not love. All right. That's a transaction. You cannot buy someone's love. Okay. All you can do is buy their time. And what men are doing is they're buying their time and they're buying her attention, and they're packaging it, they're wrapping it with a bow and calling that love. And it's not love. It's absolutely not love. The women, the men that these women actually love, the Chad, Tyrones, Ray Rays, Pookies, Enriquez, Quans, Miguel's, Little Poncho, they love Little Poncho. They love Little Poncho, okay? Little Poncho is the man that they love, all right? With his little mustache and his chipped little tooth and his fat little belly and his tequila. That's the guy that's in your bed while you are at work working hard to take care of someone who does not love you, all right? That's the guy that's farting in your bed. That's the guy that has your pillow between his legs. Sometimes a little pee-pee slips out because he's struggling with the diabetes. This is the man that she loves. This is, you come home, you smell like a must in your bed. You don't know where that came from. That's Little Poncho. That's Little Poncho. He's always in your bed. Always in your bed, wearing your clothes, okay? Spilling tequila everywhere, drinking Corona, eating tacos and his burritos, getting taco sauce all over your sheets. You come home, you're like, what's this red all over? And you're thinking like it was, you don't even know what's going on. Okay, and the girl is making up lies, trying to cover it up, and what in reality is Little Poncho dirtying up your sheets. It's a ridiculous situation. All right, they have no. You have to understand, modern women, they don't feel guilty because they never loved you to begin with. You were nothing more than a trick to them. It's long-term tricking. They were just turning a trick for a long term. All right, that's all there is to it. All right, you were dumb enough to believe that she would love you. You were dumb enough to fall for that nonsense. It's the honest to goodness truth. We don't live in the 1800s or the early 1900s anymore. Women have far out earned men in the workforce for years. They've out earned us financially. They've out earned us in terms of degrees. They've been outpacing us for decades. The only thing is that men have to work hard. Men have to serve. Men have to succeed, because if we don't succeed, we don't survive. We can't turn to the state. We can't turn to another man. We do not have someone to bail us out or something to bail us out. It's always a life or death situation with us as men. We either succeed or we don't survive. But women have traditionally been able to turn to the state or find a man that will bail them out and subsidize their living so they can survive, as to where a man, if he has none of that, so if he doesn't succeed, he does not survive. And that's just how it's been for so long. But now you look at what's going on with so many guys waking up and realizing that, hey, we're not going to do this crap anymore. What the consequences are is that it's only going to lead to more men saying that we're done, opting out, deciding that they're going overseas to find a woman overseas, or they're going to go MGTOW and just stay single and avoid society. So no relationships, no society, and maybe get into homesteading. But that's really where things are heading. And women have created this terrible reality as a result of many of their actions. It's absolutely not good for anyone. And it makes a lot of sense that, these children are inheriting traits that, don't even come from them, like don't even come from you. It comes from another dude or multiple other dudes. Like this is some really unfortunate stuff. Even in the animal kingdom, paternity is very, very important. And in our reality, we're told basically little Poncho gets it first, and then he leaves a baby behind, and now you're supposed to go and take care of little Poncho's baby. You're supposed to take care of Chad's baby. You're supposed to take care of Tyrone's baby, and men are like, we don't want to do that anymore, and society wants to shame you. But the only thing that's going to happen is more men are just going to keep on walking away and turning their backs on this trash situation. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe to our newsletter for my personal thoughts, insights, and a free copy of my new guide, The Digital Nomad Blueprint. Click the link in the description to get your free copy. Also, also subscribe to the Angry Guy Clips channel, where we post shorter videos and video responses, and also the Angry Guy Live channel, where we live stream. Both channels are linked in the description. What do you guys think regarding this entire situation? Women store DNA from every man they've slept with. Are you shocked by this? Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA and walking away. And cheers.